Beautiful people, welcome again to this channel. Today I have a cold, but I hope it will not get in the way of me explaining how to part Swahili Updo Cornrows. We call them Swahili Updo, but some people just call them Updo. So as we start, you just want to make sure you part the hair from ear to ear. Yes, from ear to ear. And then the next thing you want to do is make the middle section where all your cornrows will end. This is a center part. It's a center part where you want to make sure all the cornrows that you'll be doing will be ending at that point so that you don't run out of space. If you run out of space, that could mean that not all your cornrows will get to that point. So what you are doing right now is just making some box braids, maybe 2, to ensure that by the time you are parting all your braids, you have a common center where all your braids will fall. There are 2 box braids, but you can just do one. You can just do one to make sure that it will still serve the same purpose. As I've said, the whole idea of making these 2 box braids is to get a center part to allow us know where our braids are going to end. Yes. So after you're done, you just want to braids away so that you can start parting your cornrows. We are starting from the bottom part. That is the front part and the bottom part as we divided before. So to part a cornrow, the first cornrow, you want to divide the parts into 2. I don't know if that makes sense, because you are doing the curvy cornrows. They are not straight lines, so you part and then you connect that to the other parting that now goes upwards. We use molding gel to gel out the braid so that we can have some neat partings. And then you just want to go in with your braids that you had prepared. Mention these are feed-in braids. The cornrows you're doing are the feed-in braids. So we're going to use braids, but we're not going to use much of it because we're not trying to achieve the thick type of cornrows. We just want like some thin, naturally looking braids, cornrow braids. So you just add hair as you go. Also keep in mind that this video is not to take you through the process of cornrow braiding. It's just to show you how the parts are done so that you can achieve this particular look. But if you want a video showing you how to feed in braids and how to cornrow, you can just comment down below so that we can organize. It can always be done, yeah? So another thing you should note is that you don't have to add the braids until the end, because again you're trying to achieve a very natural look, and adding more braid will just make the cornrows thicker. So you just want to add while you're starting. Also, just to make sure that you have enough space, you don't want to, as you go upwards, you thin the hair. I don't know if that makes sense. You make the hair smaller. This will allow you to have enough room to accommodate all your cornrows up to the center point that we created when we were starting. Does that make sense? Okay, just have a look and see the parting, how it goes. So you just want to start at that point. And then the next thing you want to do is part it upwards. The reason why starting from the downside is because you want to achieve a very smooth, I don't know if you can see the corner, you want it to be very smooth. And also you notice that as the hair is being part upwards, not so much air is taken as you go up. This will allow you to have also like very neat cornrows, because the thicker they are, the less you'll see the spacing. And I feel like for this particular look, the spacing is what makes it look even better. So to achieve those spacing, you have to add very little hair, like very little extra braid, and then don't add it till the end. You just want to add it as you start to achieve the feeding kind of look, but as you go upwards, just don't add more braids. Yes guys, so that is how this particular cornrows you'll do it when you're starting. And just to also mention, the reason you're starting from at the back and not in the front is because I feel like braiding the back part usually takes a little bit more of time, and if you start with the front part, by the time you're getting at the back, most of the time you're already tired and you'll not give it as much thought, you know. So starting from the back, just make sure you do your best while you still have the energy, because when you get to the front part, you have no choice, it has to look good. But if you are tired before you get to the back, you'll just be like, okay, let me just do it fast so that I can finish. Yeah, I don't know why other people do it, but for this particular video, that is why it was done. Yes, so you just want to keep going. At this point, I know you're not able to see the starting point, but somewhere along this video, I'm sure you'll see where the starting point is. That is the third line. Yes, so it's the same process. You just want to keep going. Just do the same thing for all the cornrows at the back, and you people should stay till the end because the result is amazing. For real, the result is amazing. I'm not even kidding you guys. The results are amazing. So for this type of braiding, you also want to make sure that you get in a very comfortable position. Your client is comfortable, you're comfortable, because if not, you might end up hurting your back. So you just want to make sure that, like, the chair that the client is sitting on is adjustable, so that you are comfortable enough to make you just do a good job. The goal is to get some neat cornrows showing all the partings, guys, and you can already see that building up. The cornrows are coming out very neat. Yes. This cold has got me like just sounding funny, but I hope it's not going to get in the way of my my will to give you guys, all this information, so that you can try it on your own, so that you can, teach a friend or do it on a sister. The cold is not going to stop us. Yeah, so when you reach at our center that we created, you just want to keep adding the braid. The reason we are adding the extra braid is because we want a beautiful big bun by the end of, this style, doing this style. So that is why you want to keep adding the braid when you're at the end, so that we have a very beautiful bun. Yes, this is the point I was telling you guys we're going to get to, where you'll see the starting point. That is where the cornrow starts from, and you realize the braiding starts with your natural hair, and then the earpiece is just added after a few stitches. That is just to make the style protective, so that there is no tension on your scalp. Yes. That is why the braiding starts with your normal hair, and then the braid is added towards the end. Not towards the end, but after a few stitches, yeah? You see how curvy those cornrows are looking. Yes, that is the goal. The goal is to get them as curvy, neat as possible. So you better keep going. I know I cannot sing to save my life. So you just wanna keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And guys, hey, how did we get there so fast? Look at that. Look at that. That is just the back. And that we are at the front part. Again, you just want to make sure the curve is curving, you know. Yes, so the same process, that is the first cornrow. You start with the horn air. You don't add the piece or the braid at first, and then you add very tiny. Do you see how tiny the braids are? Because again, what you are trying to achieve is a more natural looking kind of cornrow and not the thick ones. So even as you add the braid, you're just going to add very tiny braids, okay? And make sure that as you go upwards, you just take a little bit of the hair. Don't part big. Don't let your parting be big towards the center, so that by the end of the day, all your cornrows meet at the center point that we created when we're starting. Yes, so the curve. Do you see that? Yes, so you just want to add the braids at the tip, so that again at this point we still have the bun in our minds. So we decided to like fast forward this video because it's the same process. You just keep going. The curve, the parting, the spaces. I feel like the spaces also help the cornrows to look neater. At first you might not get it right, but when you keep doing it, yeah, you'll get there. So the braids are done, the cornrows are done, and I'm not even telling you, you can see that they're looking good. So we did not get to show the other part, but trust me, it's just the same thing. What you did on this side is what you do on the next side. Just go in with your blow dry to get rid of some flyaways, the edges, and then the band. This part I was waiting for this part. This band just killed it. Made everything look so neat, so perfect, so good. Yes, guys, the final look. Yes, I hope you try it. I hope you love it. And subscribe, like, share, and leave your comment. Bye, and see you on the next one and the next one.